Throughout the story of Abinadi preaching to Noah and his priests, we get allusions to the story of Moses. However, these comparisons go deeper than we may realize. They show an intentional weaving of the two stories, and some of these allusions may surprise you. Comparisons between Moses and Abinadi can immediately be seen in the introduction of King Noah. Just as Noah had his priests, Pharaoh had his sorcerers and magicians of Egypt. Like Noah, the Pharaoh also made the children of Israel live in hard bondage and construct many buildings for him. Furthermore, when Noah heard Abinadi's message, he initially responded, "Who is Abinadi, that I and my people should be judged of him? Or who is the Lord, that shall bring upon my people such great affliction?" This challenge precisely echoes that of Pharaoh. Who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? And both hardened their hearts despite repeated prophetic warnings. In contrast, both Moses and Abinadi had initially served the people, but had to flee out of the land for their lives. Abinadi returned after the space of 2 years, just as Moses returned to Egypt after many years. Both prophets delivered a dire message that included plagues. Abinadi prophesied of signs that were very similar to what Moses warned of: afflictions, famine, pestilence, bondage, hail, the east wind, and insects. Furthermore, through these plagues, the Lord said that Noah and the Pharaoh would each, quote, "know that I am the Lord." Mormon directly compares Abinadi to Moses in the text, further cementing these comparisons. After Abinadi recited the 10 Commandments to Noah and his priests, an act that would have directly cast him as a prophet like Moses by itself, Abinadi states that the children of Israel who were led out of Egypt were a stiff-necked people, quick to do iniquity and slow to remember the Lord their God, not unlike his current audience. And after reciting the first 2 commandments, Mormon records that the Spirit of the Lord was upon Abinadi, and his face shone with exceeding luster, even as Moses's did while on the Mount of Sinai, while speaking with the Lord. Abinadi warned Noah and his priests that what you do with me after this shall be as a type and a shadow of things which are to come. And so Noah suffered death by fire just as Abinadi had. This ironic twist of fate for King Noah is likewise comparable to the ironic twist of fate that the Pharaoh experienced in the Red Sea. Just as Pharaoh commanded that the Hebrew male children were to be cast into the water, so were Pharaoh and his armies. As prophets of the Lord, both Abinadi and Moses took seriously their responsibility to teach the people about Jesus Christ. This responsibility was made clear when Abinadi asked Noah and his priests, "Did not Moses prophesy unto them concerning the coming of the Messiah, and that God should redeem his people? Yea, and even all the prophets who have ever prophesied ever since the world began, have they not spoken more or less concerning these things?" Ultimately, through Abinadi's unwavering faith and dedication to the Lord, he was able to work in many ways in his capacity as a prophet, like unto Moses, pointing countless souls to Jesus Christ, both anciently and in modern times. If you'd like to read the full Know Why article, click on the link in the description below.